Hi everyone, here's the second part of our experiment 1 problem set. So this is about the significant figures. So how many significant figures are contained in each of the following numbers? Now here we have 4 significant figures. So your leading zeros are not significant. So what is significant here is 9463. So there are 4 significant figures. And again, these two zeros at the beginning, they are not significant. So 8206, there are 4 significant figures. So here, the middle zeros, that is in the either side you have whole numbers, so those are significant. So there are 5 significant figures and there are no significant figures there. And for this one, 0 is followed by a decimal place, and prior to that you have a number. So there are 2 significant figures, but here you don't have any. And in this one, the last 0 can be considered, it's not significant, because if you had 1010 with a decimal, we could say there are 4 significant figures. So since there is no decimal point, you can consider this as 3 significant figures. Okay, and then round off each of the following to 4 significant figures. So 273.15, so you're going to be dropped 5. So if you are dropping this 5 and number retained is an odd number, you're going to add 1, 273.2. Okay, and then this one you're going to drop this number, so 12.65. So if it is less than 5, you're not going to be adding. And again you're going to be dropping 4 and 3, 19.97. So you're not going to be adding anything. So here 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. 5 and 6 is going to drop, but you have an odd number, so 4.322. And then 1980, the 7 is going to drop, so 0.01981. Okay, so then you have 4 significant figures here. Okay, and then now we have addition and subtraction. So for the addition and subtraction, the rule is that you go by the least number of decimal places for the last sum. Okay, here you have 3 decimal places, here you have 4 decimal places, here you have 1 decimal place, 1, 4, 3. So your answer has to be in only 1 decimal place after you add the 3 numbers. So let's go ahead and add this. 4.196 plus 0.0725 plus 14.3. That will give you a number 18.5685. You guys also take your calculator and check to see if this number is correct. Okay, but in the answer that I got by adding all these numbers, there are 4 decimal places. But the rule for the decimal places, rules for the addition and subtraction is you go by the least number of decimal places, which is 1. So you have to drop all of these 685 and keep your answer in 1 decimal place, and then you can do the rounding. Since 6 is bigger than 5, so you're going to add 1 more, so 18.6 is going to be the answer. Okay, same thing here, it's a subtraction. There are 3 decimal places, 1 decimal place, so you have to keep your answer in 1 decimal place. So 74.321 minus 4.2, you will get an answer like 70.121, but we want to keep our answer in 1 decimal place. All this going to drop, so 70.1 going to be the answer. Next one is a multiplication. So for the rule for the multiplication is you look at all the significant figures. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant figures. There are 3 significant figures. So you have to keep your answer in 3 significant figures. Notice it's different than the addition and subtraction. here for the multiplication and division, you go by the number of significant figures. So 8.2156 times 3.12, that is like 25.632. okay, you can, it is like 25.632. And remember, we have that 10 to the power 2 from your first number, 10 to the power 2. So we are going to keep it in proper exponential notation, which is you're going to be moving this decimal here. That will make it 2 point. Now before we move the decimal, let's go ahead and round this number to the significant figures that we want. So we want 3 significant figures. So you're going to drop this number. So then it would be 25.6 into 10 to the 2. So if you write it in the scientific notation, you have to move the decimal place over here, because the number prior to the decimal place has to be only one whole number. So that will make it 2.56. Since you move the decimal one place to the left, that adds 10 to the power 1. And that 10 to the power 1 and this 10 to the power 2 will make it 10 to the power 3. So the answer would be 2.56 into 10 to the power 3. Okay, we keep the answer in 3 significant figures. And then the next one, 6.042, you divide by 7. Now in this one, it's again a division. How many significant figures you have here? 4. How many here? 1. So you have to keep your answer in one significant figure. So your answer is like 0.863. So you want to keep it in one significant figure, so then it would be 0.9. Okay. So 7 being the one significant figure. And then again you have a multiplication and division. So here you go by the least number of significant figures. There are 2 here, 3 significant figures, 4 significant figures, 3 significant figures. So what is the number of significant figures that your answer is supposed to be in? It's supposed to be in the least number of significant figures, which is 2. Okay, so we can go ahead and do the calculation. 0.98 times 230, and then you divide 0.08 206, divide 298. All of this will give you answer as 9.217. So we want to keep our answer in 2 significant figures, right? And that would be 9.217, 9.2. Okay, so that's going to be 9.2. We do this calculation again. 0.98 times 0.230. I'm missing exponent. You also do this calculation and check to see if I am missing anything. 0.8206 over 298. Yes, I'm missing some exponent. So that will be since I circled, I forgot to include the decimal point. Okay, so that's what happened. So make sure that you guys also check to see if my calculations are correct. So this would be 0.00 0.9217. We have to keep it in two significant figures. It's going to be dropped from here 0.0092, and then if you make it in the scientific notation, that would be 9.2 into 10 to the negative 3. That's going to be the answer for that. Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay. So that's about the significant figures. Okay. All right then. Talk to you soon.